always a cure, right? For example, there are a number of people nowadays, and I know you guys have heard this, it talks about that there's no longer a reason for historically Black colleges and universities. And I always take issue with folks that, look, I found my tribe, but you always find people who say these, well, that's racist, that's reverse racism to have a historically Black college, right? And so people make these sort of comments and they get upset and they say, well, there's not a room for it, or that you're not teaching Black students how to navigate in a real world that is not all Black, right? And what happens there is a number of things, right? Number one, people who say things like that negate the fact of Black trauma that happens within the school system, that has to be redressed on our campuses, right? Because for many of us, this is the first time that we come into a setting with people who look like us, that encourage us to be the best us. I like to tell my story in that I'm from South Memphis, home of 666 Mafia, okay? I'm from the hood, okay? And so, and I went to a hood high school, all right? But when I got to Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee, shout out to Tennessee State University, another HBCU. When I got there, being nurtured by professors who were more than professors, but actually like aunties and mothers who saw that Carolyn was a bright girl who always, and I don't even know if I was as bright as they said I was, but they were always telling me how brilliant I was, how smart, how articulate and eloquent I was. And when somebody could tell you something, even if it's a lie, you start to believe it when they say it enough, right? And so what happens is that confidence, right? Though our schools give us that level of confidence that is necessary to navigate in a world that doesn't like people that look like us.
It does it so much. I mean, that's the ultimate. I'm a graduate of the first degree granting historically Black college, Lincoln University. I've been teaching at Cheney for, it'll be 10 years in January. I love HBCUs. I mean, you go, I've run into colleagues that went to other universities and they always seem to have trouble in some spaces. I feel confident everywhere because I saw people that look like me, like you said, doing these great things. It's not just professors, it's the alumni when they come back that are running things. Because until this day, we know the stats. We still produce the majority of the Black doctors, Black lawyers, Black judges, Black engineers, Black everything else. So you see it, and you see Black excellence constantly. I mean, my story is very much like yours. I went to a hood high school in Pittsburgh. It's closed now because it's considered a dropout factory because only 50% of the people graduated. I went to Lincoln, went to Temple, and got another master's degree from the University of Oxford, the oldest, most prestigious white institution in the world. And being there and being around these buildings that been up since the 16th century and all this stuff, and being imbued in the whitest of white spaces, all I kept thinking about was Lincoln prepared me for this. I'm not impressed. I can look at these things and look at this space and be appreciative of another person's culture, but I didn't value that. I wasn't looking at, oh man, I'm thinking about my own experience. Like, yeah, but I went to Lincoln though. Like this is cool, but I went to the school that Nkrumah went to, that Anthony Ezekwe went to. Like, this is great for them, and I'm appreciative of the education I received. But I ain't giving I shouldn't probably say this is being recorded. But I'm not giving a dime to Oxford. Like, they got enough money. Like, when people ask me not every day, but people ask me for holidays and things, my birthday, what do you want? I say, hey, whatever money you gonna spend on me, give it to Lincoln. Give it to Lincoln. It don't matter, $10, $20, whatever you gonna give to me, give to Lincoln. And I know it's not off topic because it's on, because we're talking about those institutions that produce Black excellence. That is one of these remedies that we're talking about to this trauma. Mm-hmm. The spaces that we created and what we do at historically Black colleges, like Cheney, like Lincoln, like Tennessee State, like Tulu, like all the places that we come from, we're here not because of